So the last time I bought this flatbread, I got so disappointed because some of them kept on breaking, and even one pack of it was kind of going mold, and I wasn't happy with the outcome. So I decided to make my own flatbread. And in this video, I'll be showing you all how I made that flatbread by myself. So I relax and enjoy this video. For my flatbread recipe, I started with measuring 200 grams of all-purpose flour and 50 grams of whole wheat flour. So after measuring this, I added 1 teaspoon of salt and half teaspoon of instant dry yeast. Next, I added 2 teaspoons of sugar, and then I added some vegetable oil, about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. So after adding the vegetable oil, I started mixing everything together. Once I have combined the vegetable oil with the flour or the dry ingredients, I added water. I used 150 grams of water first. This helped me to combine everything together just as you see in the video. Once the dough was fully combined, I transferred on my work surface and I started kneading the dough, because you need this dough to be soft so that it can give you a soft or flat bread that will not break easily. After kneading the bread for some time, I noticed that it is still a little bit hard for me, so I added another 1 tablespoon of water. Then I combined it and I started mixing it. I discovered the reason for it to come out that way was because of the whole wheat flour, because whole wheat flour takes a lot of water. If I was to use only all-purpose flour, maybe probably I wouldn't have added extra water, but because of the whole wheat flour, that's why it takes a lot of water. So you can see me hitting the dough on a work surface. This is to help me to make the dough softer and also work fine for me. So for the dough not to stick to my hands, I had to apply some vegetable oil to my hands, and then I also knead until my dough is fully soft and combined. I had to even use my rolling pin to work on the dough because I need it extra soft. Now my dough is ready, is soft and bouncy. I transfer into a grease bowl and also grease the top of the dough. Then I covered it and allow it to rest for just 30 minutes. After the 30 minutes, I took out the dough and then divided it into 4 portions. Okay, because I want to make a larger flatbread. The length of the bread, or the width of the bread anyways, should be at least um 8 inches wide or more. Okay. After dividing the dough into portions, I molded each portion into a ball. Then I covered them again and allowed them to rest for another 20 minutes. After these 20 minutes, I started rolling out the dough. Like I said, I made sure that I rolled this dough very, very flat. Let me just tell you guys, the secret to making this bread is to make sure that you roll your dough very flat, because if your dough is kind of thick, it's going to because once you put the dough on heat, it will start rising and it will become thicker. So I try my best possible to make sure that the dough is as flat as possible. You can see I transfer on this nylon proof and I use my hand to keep on flattening it, because I want it to be as flat as possible, as thin as possible. Okay, so I discovered that my saucepan wasn't that wide. So if you have a wider saucepan, please make your dough more flatter and wider. Okay, so you can see I transfer into my saucepan on heat. You have to make sure that you have heated your saucepan first to a medium heat, then transfer it on the heat and start cooking this. You don't need to cook this for too long, and you don't need it to dry out too much. You just want to let it just dry a little, and you will take it off from the heat, because if you dry it too much, it can easily break. Okay, so once it has cooked a little for a few seconds, you will be flipping it up, down, up and down. Okay, and once it's ready, you're going to take it off from the heat and make sure you pack it out very well. Now you can discover that some places that are too browned, you have to just tap it with some water or just touch it with some water so that they will be softer later. As you make each dough or each flatbread, make sure that you transfer into your clean kitchen towel, wrap it very well and put in a nylon proof bag. This will help to keep it moist and it will not dry out. So there, my flatbreads are ready. As you can see, and you can see how soft they are, and you can see you can fold this flatbread as you wish. You can do it the way you want, and they are so I don't know, they are so good and you will like it when you try it. So I'm just dusting off some flour that I used while I was rolling them out. You can see how soft it is. You can see you can even fold the dough, like fold the dough. You can see fold the flatbread, sorry, and it's still okay. So I'm dropping this recipe for you guys to try, and let me know in the comment section how it turned out for you. So expect my shawarma video soon. See you guys in my next video. I love you guys. So if you're not using this bread immediately, just save it just the way you see me do, and then put it in the deep freezer. When you want to use it, to bring it out to thaw. But I prefer you making this bread when you want to use it immediately.